It's map 2 time here in the grand final of the DreamHack Melbourne qualifier, and if you are a VERTEX fan, you're going to be hoping that they have put in a little bit of work over the last couple of minutes to try and figure things out here for map number 2. You can see that we haven't got the X-ray up, so I'll sort that one out after this round. But very much a must-win map here for VERTEX, isn't it, Pilski?
Yeah, last chance for them. They got kind of smacked on this map yesterday by Encore, so it's going to take them really digging deep. Encore have got this long control, but VERTEX looking to take fights from car side before they can really scale up onto the site and get this execute rolling.
Yeah, Savage going to take that initial contact with a couple of players at car. I wonder if Encore is expecting two. They do have a decent belter of util to work with, but what they have done is allow time for PZ to work his way into mid. I do think he might be getting a bit of false info though here. He has not seen that wrap back into T-spawn. He knows obviously that APOC is still fighting on long, but they haven't seen anyone bar APOC. So VERTEX really think they've got a sick flank here, but they may be wrong about that. Although that contact over towards B at the right time sets PZ up perfectly. He knows APOC is coming. Oh, it's just gone all wrong for Encore, hasn't it? They almost had it. It was just a game of timing on both sides. And, well, in the end, VERTEX got the better of it.
Yep. Hi, guys.
Hey. That's what we have to do when we need to fix the X-rays.
Yeah. That's pretty good for the alt fund. I'm going to go ahead and just buy them for this round.
I actually thought that was working out perfectly for Encore. You know, if they just win that duel into B, it's like GG.
Yeah. I think I almost expected it, PZ to buy alt this round because you know that Encore's forcing. Like, there's no world where Encore's not forcing. Look at this, layered in mollies to take full control of Hut. See if Malta's going to smoke the back of Hut once those mollies are done. Duel towards middle, spam on the deagle for Hazard goes his way, and he actually does pick up Vexite on like the third or fourth bullet there, so able to kind of recalibrate things. Now, that's kind of an opening on the middle of the map. Once you pick that CT rotator, the CTs are very split. You can see them two apiece on each side, and they're both vacating the sites and aggressing towards middle. A two-man push on short, two-man push down towards double doors.
That nade has almost gotten the better of Hazard. But he survives to fight another day. We'll see if he can make use of that 2 HP. Not quite, but opens up the door a little bit for you, Stillo and Sterling, to do the damage. So maybe the distraction was relevant in some way, shape, or form. Now it's on to Brace, and he'll line a bunch up. The timing very good from those wrapping up behind on short as well. And VERTEX will pick up the round pretty cleanly in the end. It was looking a bit awkward for a moment.
Yeah. I'm loving that play from VERTEX. Like, playing to win, not playing not to lose. They lose Vexite in the middle of the map. That can be an awkward position, but they don't just sit two apiece on the sites. They get active. They aggress into middle. They aggress up short. Trying to take matters into their own hands. And now they've kicked things off with this 2-0 lead, heading into the anti-eco. This is the lead they need to build up some confidence and slowly crack their way into this game, because look, that last game was very one-sided. All but two of the opening duels went the way of Encore, and they all finished within 2 frags of each other. Flash to top mid, PC is just going to get a bit of a farm up, but Savage on the off angle rings his bell multiple times with the Glock, and now he's got an MP9 to play with.
Not sure that's the greatest of prizes, to be honest. You know, you feel like there should be, depending on what you did to achieve the prize, a better prize. And if you're killing people with Glocks, you'd want a little more than an MP9, but is what it is.
Say that, but I played the claw machine before, and I've never won anything.
Those are rigged.
They are rigged. That's what I keep telling my partner, but she just keeps pointing to the soft toys and saying, I want that. And
you could just go and buy the soft toy online or something.
That's what I say.
For 20 cents, probably.
It doesn't hit the same, apparently, Jordan.
Apparently. There you go. Although, I will say, when I went to Hong Kong one time as a kid, I went to like a fair, like I don't know what a fete or a fair, I guess. And there was like a ring toss thing, and I won. I think I got like one of the major prizes. It was this massive fucking wolf like plushie, and it was the size of me. Cost like $50 to ship it back to Australia.
Oh, I was
But,
gonna ask. That definitely didn't go in the suitcase.
no, it did not. It got shipped. In the meanwhile, by the way, Encore have actually gotten onto the A bomb site, so maybe something interesting going to happen in this round. Didn't look like it would, but if Ustillo can hit one of these shots with the Deagle, Malta is really in no man's land and under a lot of stress. Race is going to try and help him out, and that works out pretty nicely, but it's going to alert the Encore lads to the fact that there is a bit of an offensive coming in their direction. Savage will be lucky to win the round now, but that was a very close thing. And if Ustillo would have taken the head off of Malta, I think that was a gone round.
Look good. Economic damage done. And pressure, just a bit of pressure, getting VERTEX a little bit stressed. Definitely can make them, you know, a little bit more unhinged moving into further rounds. Encore also getting that bomb plant allows them to have a whole bunch more cash, and Sterling gets himself an AWP as well as full util. So these little small things do make a difference over time. 1k plus on all of the players now that they're starting to move up in the loss bonus definitely makes a difference also. What the approach is going to be for Encore in this round, seems like they're very interested in walking out onto B here, Jordan. They're going to start to fall back for the time being. Double AWP straight away for VERTEX. So first gun round, you can see that's a very intentional choice. After their game against Encore yesterday, they've looked at the way that Encore was playing and they've said, double AWP is going to work against this playstyle. And seeing how slow Encore is playing this initial round, I'm inclined to agree. They're also holding a lot of util. Like, they really haven't used much util at all in the early to mid round here. So this shows me that VERTEX is very cognizant of the fact that Encore is going to play quite slow, and they want to try to make some adjustments in terms of their util timing and in terms of their choice of weaponry in the earlier couple of gun rounds.
Well, I mean, you do have to remember VERTEX put together a pretty decent CT side against Encore yesterday on this map. It was their T side that let them down, so it's not a huge surprise to see VERTEX getting off to a decent start here and looking pretty comfortable. 5 players through Upper Dark would be an interesting affair, but we've already got 2 on the B bomb site, plus a fast rotator in Vex site. This, I think, might go wrong for Encore. Valiance tucks himself by car, Brace well and truly open, not able to find that first shot, but the second definitely goes his way before he inevitably burns alive. Room to work now for Sterling and Ustillo, but they're going to have to get that bomb plant down quickly, and I think that might just have been denied, so the round is done. There's nothing Encore can do about it. Nade over the top. It won't be enough to kill Ustillo anyway. But that's a 4th round for VERTEX.
Yeah, nicely done. I was definitely getting panicked seeing Brace caught in transition there. He wanted to go back plat, and the exit came straight in, and he was kind of sitting behind double stack, and he caked the first shot, and I was getting stressed. But I think Encore didn't have a door smoke there, so VERTEX was kind of allowed for those rotators to come in and actually have impact. Sterling, that's an absolute perler right onto PC to kick this round off. This is a round where VERTEX don't have a lot of cash on the CT side. Flash straight out long doors. Encore are absolutely swinging in the earlier parts of this round, and a second to follow up. Sterling just sets up Savage to get a 3rd for the round in, like, what, 15, 20 seconds? Half of the CT side team is dead. Brace is trying to fight back, though. Valiant's aggressing through double doors.
Yeah, if Valiant can win this duel, there's maybe something in the round. Not quite going to go his way, and APOC will take the liberty of running straight into mid, leaving it to Sterling to pick up the scraps.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like a matter of time before Encore switched on, and that was it.
I mean, that was a great opening couple of rounds, but the CTs are broke, Jordan. They are absolutely cooked in terms of money, and now Encore, after a clean gun round like that, you're going to see a big money swing, and this is where they could really get rolling on their CT side. VERTEX are going to try and force. Valiant's saving. But Valiant's not buying. The rest of the boys buying. PC holding on to $900 for the AWP fund. Very clear that they probably want to go for double AWP again if this force out doesn't work out for them.
Indeed. Can't really see it working too well. USP only for Valiants. He didn't really stand a chance, and they haven't been given an opportunity to use really any of the util that's on Brace's belt, so unlikely we're going to see much out of this round for VERTEX. Decent damage, though, has been done to a few of those Encore members, and there's definitely a world where some more damage can get done to the economy of the T side. Not sure that the round
Brace's
win
found it all.
will happen, but yeah, was there an AWP at T spawn?
Yeah, Sterling died somehow.
Okay.
I would love to tell you how, but I'm gonna be honest. The feed right now is freezing for like 5 seconds at a time, so I'm trying to piece things together in my brain.
Okay, that's less than ideal.
That's fine. We do it anyway. We do it for the passion, children.
2 rounds up for Encore. And a little bit of thinking to do here for VERTEX. They've been able to retrieve a couple of weapons, but the money's not good enough to really support a proper buy at the moment.
Yeah, I don't mind this kind of a halfway investment. Couple of pistols invested. You've got an AWP. You've got a single rifle. Fair bit of util. Could definitely work out for you. Barely missed opportunity for Sterling to go for that long pick. Brace is aggressive in lower dark with that AWP, and he's actually going to find the opener here.
Ultimately ends up being a 1-for-1. Sterling is there to prove who the better AWPer is at the moment. Takes down his man. I don't think Vexite spotted the head of APOC there. But Malta certainly did, so we're starting to work our way into the round, and it's actually looking a little bit better for VERTEX than you might have anticipated. That said, Ustilo's gotten a lot of work done over towards B. He'll be calling for that rotation in. It's just a bit of an issue given the fact that Encore is fighting in mid. So it does now come down to Ustilo being able to hold off of this rotation into B. And somehow Savage needs to be able to get across and plant the bomb. At least he's got a smoke for the doors, a molly for the windows. Should be able to get the bomb plant down safely. But it does not matter if Vexite's going to walk straight through the smoke. Now it's on to Ustilo.
Anything, does he? Two-man flight in through Upper Dark. That's a beautiful round for VERTEX. Let's be real. They could... Wait, can they retain double AWP off that?
Well, they should be able to find it. Sterling and PC's AWPs are in mid. Yeah, they can.
Okay, that's big. That's a big economic swing. 5 and 2 for VERTEX. They get a lot done out of a little. That could actually make this a much better half for them. Still plenty of money for Encore, don't get me wrong. So we're still a couple gun rounds away from me feeling very, excited about VERTEX's prospects in this half just yet. But, I mean, realistically, they have put themselves in an excellent position. You can see just how much cash some of these guys have on the CT side now.
Well, PZ, what's going on here? This is going to be a little bit fun. Ustilo was not expecting that at all. A push in from Valiance as well, and it's a good thing it wasn't the bomb going first. Hazza could have dropped the bomb in Upper Dark, and that would not have been fun for Encore to retrieve.
An advantage. VERTEX building up more and more confidence. Aggression into Upper Dark. They've got that player who's gotten away scot-free straight through middle. And Encore is still kind of milling around in spawn here, Jordan. Not getting a whole lot done right now.
That Molotov's not going to find anyone. So Savage is going to have to go back to plan B. Still a lot of util available for Encore, but Malta has a nice smoke to work around. Encore should be aware that there's a player here, but unable to find him cleanly at least, and Vexite unexpected in pit as well. Catches Savage. VERTEX are doing a very good job in this round of just causing a bit of chaos, causing a bit of a ruckus. Vexite hiding behind that smoke as well. Peeks and catches APOC. This is not good at all for Encore. That's a really nice pressure-releasing round for VERTEX.
Yeah, money's a bit cooked for APOC and Ustilo now. If they do want to buy up Encore, they got to go down to a couple of gills, most likely. And VERTEX, This is what we wanted to see, a very flat game of Inferno to kick off this series, but they are really starting to get themselves fired up on this CT side. And it's not just, you know, one player dragging them, kicking and screaming. Everyone's contributing.
Little flash up over the top from Savage, but Vexite, even through the flash, is able to hit the headshot. Nothing coming together right now for Encore on this T side.
Yeah. Loving to see the fight out for VERTEX and starting to do what they really didn't do any of on Inferno, which is win opening duels, start rounds with man advantages.
Doesn't seem like anyone's kind of stepping up on the side of Encore either. I mean, you've had good little showings from Sterling and Savage on this map, but it has definitely been slower on an individual level than Inferno as well.
Got that aggression into Upper Dark from VERTEX in the mid round. See Encore trying to threaten mid to B, see if they could draw out some kind of reaction. Here's the mid to B smokes completing the full wall, so going to be up to the hole, but Brace in a position like this, it's a great old bank to be playing from. That is a pretty good crosshair placement out of Sterling. Brace still almost ends up with 2, but nice spacing and trading, but the bomb dropped in middle now. And VERTEX just trying to flood, trying to stop them from picking up the C4. Luckily, they've got the numbers to do so, and you still all alone. Got to play that bomb retrieval mission with just 24 seconds, but PZ's going to slap him down before he gets through the door. 7's up for VERTEX. And that is actually going to kind of break the money on Encore. They do have max loss bonus, but without a bomb plant, they got to go back down to these half buys, most likely.
Yeah, pistol armor definitely on the cards in this one. This has got himself a Tech 9. You can see the rest of the lines following suit as well. Flashes brought across the board, and only a couple of pieces of armor there. So if there's weapons that do get dropped, they'll have to go into the hands of Hazard and Savage if they want to be truly effective. Fast out on long. No real contest there from VERTEX, and Malta and Vexite just play for a bit more of a passive defense and make it look pretty easy there. Using the range of the rifles to their advantage.
That is clean. Big cleanup from Vexite. Confidence frags coming on in. 8-2 for VERTEX. Spy coming back in for Encore. Initial half last time around between these two teams, it was a pretty tight one. Ended up 9-6 for Encore in their favor, and they got most of the T side rounds towards the tail end of the half once they started to build up that loss bonus. It's looking like, but still yet to see that resurgence yet, and they're definitely not going to be able to do as well as they did in the last half between these two teams yesterday on Dust2. I think VERTEX need to get as much out of this CT side as they can, because they had a, like you pointed out, pretty lackluster T side, only getting one round yesterday. So look, that's another great start for them. They are finding man advantages like they're just falling off the trees at this point.
Yeah, it's a complete role reversal to what we saw on Inferno. It's funny how that tends to happen between teams of this caliber. I oftentimes feel like I see one team really just dominate one map, and then we go on to the next, and you think, well, this should be pretty much wrapped up. But the team that kind of cops it a little bit in the first map is able to regroup and reset heading into that second, and then it seems like nothing can go wrong for them on the second map, and that's kind of where we're at now for VERTEX, especially as another kill through a smoke goes through for VERTEX. It's just like it's completely disappeared for Encore, and something has definitely picked up for VERTEX. 9-2 now the score, and Encore, it's another awkward buy ahead for them here with Sterling and Savage having substandard cash.
Yeah, it's funny you should bring that up. I've actually seen some people mentioning that in the HLTV forums and on the Twitch chat. And they've got some really interesting explanations as to why that happens. But yeah, nothing that I really understand. They keep just typing numbers and things like that and saying LOL, bad AU players, etc, etc. Encore back on a half buy yet again. If they can pull off one of these miracle pistol rounds that we know they're capable of. Apoc has already gone down to a hero rifle. He's trying to take that duel up short. Hasn't gone well for him.
A bit of juggling going on in mid. Okay. PZ probably not feeling very happy after that one.
Getting one dig from long? Yeah, I would imagine not.
Got a bit of a sore head. There is actually enough util to make a little bit of an execute happen here for Encore. They'll flash themselves out of this smoke. It's really a bit more of a just dry push rather than throwing all those smokes in. They'll try to use them maybe on the post plan, if nothing else. Savage, if only he knew how close he was to deleting Vexite, he might fire a couple more shots through that smoke, but no chance this time. At least they've gotten the bomb plant down. Now let's see what Sterling can do. It was always going to be a very difficult round to win. That'll be double digits for VERTEX.
So clean. Again, that was just really, really good activity from the B-side players. Both Brace and Valiant's very active. As soon as those initial trades come towards cat side, or you get like duels being traded back and forth in middle, they don't just sit in the B side. They're getting active. They're pushing up a dark. They're going and retaking middle, so that they have a nice timing to deal with that A side exit. That's actually made a difference in 2 or 3 rounds this half for VERTEX, for sure.
Faster play into long from Encore. PZ has found the better of Sterling.
Confidence.
Hazza, it's not...
Man's at top mid.
Yeah. Hazza's not confident to try to take the peak into mid there to trade it down. Everything is coming up gold right now for VERTEX. There's another kill for PZ. Very mobile in this round. And he's definitely putting his name up in lights compared to the previous map. What utter demolition that round was. Encore need a mental reset.
All Vexite and PZ just absolutely farming. 11-2. Did not expect that heading into this game of Dust2. Sometimes you can kind of get a little bit complacent if you have a really easy map one, though. Seen it from a lot of teams. Come into the first map super fired up and things get... Everything goes your way. That was like... You don't see those kind of games of CS very often where you win every opening duel. And when all of your players are playing good across the board, like everyone's within 2 kills of each other. Like those are pretty few and far between, so... Not something that Encore will be able to replicate, most likely. And you can see that in this game, really, a little bit flatter. Not playing with the same energy that they brought into Inferno. Have cut the map in half, though, so there's an opportunity for a bit of a mid-to-B play to come on in here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I think in a qualifier like this, surely, you've got to be coming into every single map, feeling the fire. That's nice from Hazza and Ustillo, but Brace spins around for a second. And makes it a winnable round still for VERTEX. He's got a bit of util to get them back into this bomb site. Now he's going to have to do it himself. He's still sharp. Gives Encore their 3rd round. It's nothing to get excited about just yet, but it's similar to what you were saying at the end of the last half on, or the first half on Inferno, that if this does end up being 11-4 and then the pistol goes the way of, in this case, Encore, maybe we have a game on our hands still.
Yeah, funnily enough, like the opening duels are still like are actually pretty even, but VERTEX is winning a lot more of the XVXs. So it's not the case of like, and that's another opening duel that's gone the way of Encore. So they really need to convert this round. They haven't had a great 5v4 conversion rate actually this game.
Hazza getting let down maybe a little bit by the Galil. Still, it is a 4-on-4 and PZ is relatively low. I've spoken a bit too soon though because Malta with that secondary orb would end a bit of work.
Savage, contingency plan, has found his way out long. Still got a full belt of util. Encore with plenty more util to back him up. Could potentially get across here over towards the A side if he wishes to. Xbox smoke going to be thrown out by APOC from spawn right now. Next side just going to try peek long. Blocks out Savage. Gets the better of him. There's that smoke on the cross. Flash so that Savage can make it to the site. Aggression into mid from Valiance. Joined up by another player. So VERTEX kind of vacating that A side of the map, trying to retake short, maybe go for a long flank or something like that.
Still a very winnable round on both sides, but with 3 players coming through from short, VERTEX have a relatively one-dimensional retake. Luckily, Valiance is able to drop down into CT, provide a bit of a different angle. APOC has to trade for Savage, which means it's now back down to just duos on either side. Still got a Molotov in the back pocket here for Sterling, but he's all the way down in pit. There's a smoke on the bomb. It comes down now to APOC. PZ. He did tap the bomb. He might have been able to get the defuse if he held it. I don't know if he had a kit there or not, but either way, that is going to be the end of the first half. We'll take a short break and see if Encore can still get it done in 2 after this.
Let's love for the night. Slow dance till the sun comes up. Let's touch under lights. Slow dance till we're high on love, high on love. 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 Till we're high on love. Till we're high on love. Till we're high on love, high on love. Till we're high on love, high on love. Till we're high on love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the second half. It is 11-4 right now, and Hazard and APOC are just going absolutely ham on long. That pistol, it kind of caught me a little bit off guard. Yeah, producer letting us down as usual, but a very important pistol round win for Encore as they do pick up that 5th round. And as we were saying, you know, game may be on if Encore can get to 4 and then win the pistol, which they did.
Yeah, 100%. It was a good start that you wanted to see on your CT side. Now they can get into the anti-eco and start kind of farming up, getting that economy rolling. VERTEX taking things a little slower. Apparently you need a haircut, Jordan.
Yeah, you need a haircut, Pilski. APOC holding close. He might not need to do all the work himself, though. He's got a bit of backup there. It was almost the perfect round for Encore, but they did lose the one player. Still all good. 6 is up, and this is where they need to, you know, start to have a bit of confidence in themselves. Obviously, having seen a similar sort of scenario in yesterday's match, VERTEX did struggle on the T side, and that's something that I think Encore will be telling themselves.
For sure. VERTEX, let's see what they've learned from that previous game yesterday. They've kind of dealt with any of those T-side woes, come up with some better ideas. Going to try to contest long here. Great flash coverage from both teams, really. Ends up going 1-for-1. But Malta makes the difference.
He's trying to get away with a little bit there with the MP9, and it has given the numbers advantage over to the T side.
Yeah, 4v3, VERTEX. Sitting on that long control, got the player in pit. Got that player on the big rotation back over through spawn. Next side, maybe trying to bring some util over to the boys, perhaps. Patience being shown by Encore. Pretty spread across the map right now.
The problem is now for Encore, they don't have any info on what's going on. Last thing they saw was one player down in pit, and everything's kind of gone quiet, so VERTEX could literally be anywhere now.
Kick off this long execute. Pretty well read by Encore. They've got 2 players over here in some pretty decent positions. Sterling playing around the one-way from Goose. VERTEX still not biting. APOC throws him another smoke, says, go refresh that, I'm going to flash for you. So there's the one-way thrown down again by Sterling.
That's pretty good
team
timing. HE nade here for APOC. Looks like it was timed relatively well, but Sterling almost burning alive. He does well to set up APOC. Valiant, though, goes one better. And now it's just Hazard who is going to have to try to clutch this one out. He's got himself an M4A1S, 20 bullets in the chamber. It's workable, especially given there's 2 low HP members. This barrel has now been spotted. Pinocchio'd Pilski. And that's the 12th. First round up on the board on the T side for VERTEX. And they are really starting to think about a 3rd map now.
100%. Sterling, 1600, gets hard reset on that CT side. And that's good stuff from VERTEX. Actually, pretty good utility and team play from both teams in that round. Love the nade juggling up onto the site to give Sterling a one-way and buy him more time. The HE nade was well placed from APOC. The Molotov into Goose from long, though, from VERTEX to be able to counter that one-way was excellent. Really made the difference there, because Sterling in a position like that was definitely good for a multi-frag. Encore having a bit of a chat about this position. They know that a couple of their players are probably on that double eco territory, so they're going to try to give it a bit of a risk. They know the money is still not quite built up for VERTEX just yet, so there is an opportunity for them if they win this kind of force-up, mixed bag bite, that they could have some impact early on and getting back into this half. Need to watch their approach as well, see if they mix in any aggression here early on. VERTEX do kind of have a B spawn. Going to be harder for them to contest long, so might just keep things simple here and actually try to go towards the B side of the map. That Molotov doing some damage early on. Double peek straight out of lower dark. It's actually a full uppers crunch, but great spray control for Malta to keep it back under control.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the way that we would have expected it to go when we were talking about, yeah, maybe Encore can make a comeback happen if they win the pistol. It kind of needed to be a little bit cleaner at the start of the half if they were to convince us. And I got to say right now, I'm not super convinced. That'll be a FAMAS tossed away by Sterling. Got an AK now. Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet, so this will be a difficult one. Doesn't have a kit either, so he's going to have to move quickly, and Malta almost has it on lockdown. At least Brace is able to get the trade pretty comfortably, and 13-6 the scoreline. 3 away now from VERTEX, forcing us through to nuke once again.
Yeah, that's a soft reset. Encore now put on that single save, about 2 to 2.5k across the board. Even if they take this single save, they're going to be like 4 to 4.5k. Not going to be able to get that full util next round, and probably no AWP. So VERTEX, a good chance for them to complete a clean anti-ego, build their money up, and put themselves in the pole position to close out Dust2 here and push us through to a third. Both of these maps for either team looking
Pilski, it's Zeus time. It's Zeusin time.
Oh
no! That looked like it was going to be a good one too.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, Ricky's no longer in the tournament. Someone's got to pick up the slack.
That's right. I do think VERTEX is quite eager for a rematch on Nuke, because that was a really close map. That was 16-14. It could have actually fairly easily been theirs to win.
Sure.
I'd be feeling fairly confident going into that if they're able to get a nice win on Dust2 like this.
Like, the choice of side as well is a big deal for these teams. I feel like the way a lot of these games have been going, you're wanting to start off CT side and get yourself rolling early on nuke. 5 alive for VERTEX. They are in the best possible position to close this map out. Like I said, no ability to purchase up an AWP here for Encore. They're going to have to get it done with 5 rifle. Easy on the scout, though. Maybe not the weaponry you'd want to be taken into a full gun round, but maybe make it work. Doesn't manage to tag one on the cross, though.
He's going to get a few more chances. APOC is sort of toying with him a little bit. VERTEX quick down into lower dark and starting to think about maybe hitting cat.
Right up there. Running this default. Taking their time, working the map. Encore, not too crazy of a setup from them either. They go and they take long control, now kind of leaning a little bit more towards middle.
Clean entry from Brace. Just not looking like it is Encore's map right here. This is going to have to be a retake setup from them, and it's 5-on-4 already, and there's just so much map control for VERTEX. At least APOC is able to equalize, but he can't deny the bomb plant with the nade. 4-on-4. APOC will win the first duel, but gets bumped all over the place with the aim punch. Makes it difficult to take the fight to the second. Now it's on to Hazza and Ustilio. Valiance's position known. Sharp shots from Hazza, but Molly does go through, and there's nothing really left for Malta to do but spam into that smoke. Time getting the better of Encore. Right now, he's hit the shots. He's won the round, and that is clean to close things out. Is that screen?
What's the gun he uses in Rust again? The one-tap gun?
He uses the LR.
That's the done of a lot of favors with that last one tap.
It doesn't have a spray. You just have to pull down.
Yep. Pretty nice. Well, force up for Encore. Pretty much no grenades. 2 A1Ss. Really not what they wanted to be bringing into a round like this. Do or die for him. VERTEX stacked up in upper. They do have a player kind of probing long as well. Aggression into middle for APOC. Does find Vexite. This could still fall apart for VERTEX.
Yeah, but can you really see Encore getting 9 in a row to force this one through to OT? Seems a little bit far-fetched to me right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm discussing the game as it comes to me, Jordan. They can chip in a couple of rounds and they can feel good about themselves going into nuke. And that's all right.
What can Ustilo do close behind that smoke with an MP9? Might not get the offensive headed in his direction. Sterling, he's only got a scout. Malta's pretty lucky to be alive. If that was an AWP, he'd be a dead man. Gets away with a little bit. Ustilo will not. So we're back to equal numbers, and now it's on to APOC to find that timing. PZ was watching it like a hawk with that AWP. Azar and Savage both spotted in CT spawn there by Malta as well. Bomb plant's going to go down. Bit of a traffic jam up on the site. But inevitably, VERTEX will get themselves into post plants, and PZ, flashed in by Valiance Malta, gets the final kill. And it's all too easy for VERTEX as they force us through to map number 3.
Definitely not what I would have expected. Very, very clean win there for VERTEX, and you know, very clean map each for the team that's not even on their map pick is interesting to see. And we saw